Hey pumpkins! This is Caroline Ironwell. I am a professional tarot reader and certified coach practitioner, and today I am going to do a tarot reading on Lori Loughlin and her husband Massimo and their recent sentencing in court. The deck I'm using today is the Legends of Arthurian Tarot by Anne Marie Ferguson. And the spread I'm using today is the Celtic Cross. It is a 10-card spread. It's the most common spread in tarot. The way I read tarot, I don't believe the future is written in stone. I believe that we are all in control of our destiny, and this is a snapshot based on the decisions that were made. If someone wants a different outcome, then they make different decisions. All right. Okay, so the first thing I look at when I read it, when I do a tarot spread, is how many reversed versus upright cards that I have. Reversed doesn't necessarily mean bad, but it can mean that things are a lot more chaotic, or there's a lot more going on in this situation, a lot more moving parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 10 reversed cards in this. One dropped. 7 out of 10 reversed cards in this spread. So yes, this is a very chaotic situation with a lot of moving parts. The next thing I look at is how many majors I have, and I have 1, 2, 3 majors, which is about average. When I see a lot of majors, this is like a massive shift, a massive change. When I see a lot of minors, it tends to be the day-to-day stuff going on. Next, I look at the number 1 suit in this spread, and I have sword, cup, wand, pent, cup. So the we have all 4 spreads, all 4 suits represented here. The main suits here are the cups and the swords. So that is issues related to emotion and issues related to conflict and thought, and can also be higher education, which obviously this is. And next I look at the numbers. It's got a 4, an ace, an 8, a 9, another ace. And the thing I look after that is the court cards, which represent other people. Though I do believe people are in control of their own destiny, the more court cards that are involved, the more other people are involved. And when we have a suit with a spread with a lot of moving parts, then obviously we're going to have more people involved. So we have 1, 2. All right, so there are 2 other people involved. I also have the Empress here as one of the court cards. The Empress is reversed here. The Empress often represents a mother card. In a reverse position, this is a mother who's, there's issues with the mother. So, what I'm looking at here, I don't believe that they are going to be in prison for the entire length of their sentence. They could have been sentenced to up to 20 years each. Massimo got 5 months because he was more involved in the process, and Lori got 2 months. I think that their sentences are going to be drastically reduced, probably the good behavior thing going on. This is a non-violent crime, and they are not likely to reoffend again, considering they got caught this time. But I think the bigger picture here is that I think a lot of us didn't realize that this was not illegal, or this was illegal to do. I mean, do we honestly believe that all these celebrity kids got into their colleges of choice on merit? I am not sure that George W. Bush got into Yale based on merit. I'm not sure that Donald Trump got into Wharton, one of America's top business schools, based on merit. It's always been that I just thought the rich just bought themselves in. They put their name on a building and then their kids got in. So this is a big shakeup. The fact that this just has been a thing for probably the entire length of post-secondary education, and now all of a sudden this has come to light. So I think this is going to be a huge thing with a lot more people getting caught. I don't think that every celebrity that gets caught doing this is going to end up in prison, but I do think there's going to be a big crackdown on this, and there's going to be a big reveal of a lot of other celebrities who have done this in the past. Now, my concern right now is with these two young ladies who have been caught in this. Their parents tried to get them into the school of choice through nefarious means, and now the eye is on them. And I think that these two young ladies are going to be under a lot of scrutiny. Some of us may remember the early 2000s. There was a group of debutantes and celebrities because they were famous, people who were famous because they were famous, who were getting into a lot of trouble. And there was this social group of Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie and Nikki Hilton and oh God, what's her name? Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears, who were all out partying, every night of the week and getting into trouble and all over the tabloids. And then later, after they kind of matured out of that, we had the Kardashians take that role, and then they got their reality show. So I think that, was it Olivia Jade, I think is the oldest one's name. I think that the two girls are going to end up being kind of this next generation of these out of control debutantes who are famous for being famous, and I think that's sad. That there's they're not going to be the only ones. There's going to be a group of them who end up making the tabloids for shenanigans. Yeah, I think that could be quite troublesome for them, because I think these were good kids before this happened. I think that they probably could have made it into their college of choice on merit, but their parents interfered to make sure, and yeah, that's kind of sad. So I'm concerned for these young ladies. I think that the public perception is going to be that they couldn't have made it into their colleges of choice on their own, and that they're not smart. And I think that that's not an accurate perception, but that public image, and their parents are now felons. Their parents are now convicted criminals. Their parents are now in jail. So these kids are going to be without their parents, staying with relatives or in the foster care system, which, being children of privilege, was never something that they were ever going to be subjected to otherwise. So this is going to be very traumatic for them, and it's probably not going to have the best short-term consequences. So I think over the next 5 years that we're going to see a lot from these young ladies, and not in the most positive sense, in the sense of tabloids and paparazzi and them getting into trouble. I think that one of them could even end up themselves getting involved with the law and spending a little bit of time in prison. So I'm really hoping that they're able to avoid that. Eventually, though, I think that they will pull it together. So I don't think that this is a lifelong issue. I think that this is going to be an issue that affects their late teens into their early to mid 20s. But by their late 20s, they'll have disappeared and matured, and got their stuff together. So yeah, that's my reading on Loughlin, Aunt Becky, Massimo, and the kids. So short prison stay. a wider lens being shown on this issue of affluency affecting college admissions, and the young ladies starting to have a history of troublemaking. I think that one of them is going to get into a post-secondary place and then drop out because they are just, it's so assumed that they're not there on their own merit. So yeah, that's what I got today, and I will be back soon with another video. If you found this interesting, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel. Likes and subscriptions really do help my algorithm. I am trying to get monetized on here. And I also would appreciate if you put a comment below and left a suggestion for other topics you would like me to look into. Hope you're all having a great day. Bye, pumpkins.